Hello everyone! In this video, I'll tell you about the third season of the animated series Ben 10. So don't forget to like and watch the video until the end. Let's go! The third season begins with our heroes getting ready to celebrate Grandpa's birthday. But suddenly Ben and Gwen are taken to the future. They realize that future Gwen brought them there so that young Ben could help his adult self. In the future, they meet an aging grandpa who is happy to see his grandchildren small again. Max takes them to the headquarters of adult Ben, where our heroes first defeat Dr. Animo and then Vilgax. As a result, future Ben once again realizes the importance of family. By the way, this season features a core in the opening instead of a ghost. In the next episode, Gwen takes Ben to a hypnotist show where she makes him volunteer and go on stage. The hypnotist, using his magical watch, hypnotizes Ben and later uses him for his evil purposes. However, our heroes manage to stop the villain and free Ben from the hypnosis. In the following episode, a witch attacks our heroes and switches bodies with Gwen to stealthily steal the Omnitrix. However, Gwen, in the witch's body, escapes from prison using her spellbook. When the truth is revealed, our heroes defeat the witch together, and Gwen and the witch switch back to their own bodies. In the end, the villainess is sent to prison, and Gwen keeps her spellbook. Then there's a filler episode, which, as it seemed to me, had a reference to Naruto. After the filler, our heroes visit an Indian village, where Ben falls in love with a girl named Kai. In this village, they encounter a werewolf who bites Ben during the battle and damages his Omnitrix, causing him to slowly transform. Eventually, he fully becomes a werewolf, but then reverts to himself, and an image of the alien wolf appears in his Omnitrix. At the end of the episode, it turns out that Kai was only hanging out with Ben because she wanted to tame him when he was a wolf. Gwen gets angry about this and scolds the shameless girl. At the end of the episode, we are shown that the werewolf stole some satellite equipment. After 2 filler episodes, Grandpa takes the grandchildren to a farm to learn household chores. On the farm, a local boy tells them he saw a mummy, so Ben and Gwen go to check at night. They find the mummy searching for a glowing purple stone. She notices them, a fight breaks out, but the mummy escapes, and our heroes return to the farm. The next day they tell Grandpa about it, and they all go searching together. On the way, Grandpa scans cows and discovers that they have been mutated using an alien crystal called Korodite. He explains that the mummy is seeking more crystals, and when they track the enemy, they find a large deposit of Korodite right under the local factory. There, the mummy notices them and attacks. During the fight, she touches the Omnitrix, and its DNA gets absorbed into the watch, causing Ben to transform into plasma and freeze the enemy with liquid nitrogen. After 2 more filler episodes, Ben becomes too arrogant, which greatly angers Gwen. After another act of heroism, our heroes learn about the delay at the Technodrome due to the purple lightning, which they saw during the encounter with the werewolf and the mummy. They head to the Technodrome, and with Grandpa's communication, they enter smoothly. At the Technodrome, Ben encounters the werewolf and engages in battle with him. Meanwhile, Grandpa and Gwen notice that Max's acquaintance, Dr. Victor, is preparing to launch a rocket. Meanwhile, Ben defeats the werewolf, causing him to retreat. Later, Max and Gwen find Ben, and they all set out to find the werewolf. They discover him with the mummy and Dr. Victor, who transforms into Frankenstein. A battle ensues, with Ben transforming into Diamond Head and Gwen attacking them with magic. However, despite their efforts, our heroes still lose. The villains escape, and Ben goes after them, while Grandpa and Gwen head to the control center to stop the rocket launch. Unable to do so, they don special suits and head to the rocket to disable it from the inside. Meanwhile, Ben locates the villains and notices Frankenstein teleporting the werewolf. Then, Ben transforms into lightning and attacks the villain. During the battle, the enemy manages to launch the rocket into space, with Max and Gwen inside along with the Korodite crystals. After the launch, a ghost appears in front of Ben and attacks him. Ben flees and transforms into a humanoid, then learns the ghost's plan and informs Grandpa. The plan involves using a satellite to emit Korodite onto Earth, causing all living beings to turn into mutants. Meanwhile, the mummy attacks Max and Gwen. During the fight, she throws them into open space, but our heroes cling to the rocket. At the same time, Ben's watch runs out of power, and he returns to his normal form. Frankenstein finds him and, grabbing him by the watch, throws him towards the ghost. Due to the touch, the watch absorbs his DNA, after which Ben shoots the ghost with a solar gun and flees. The enemies pursue him, so he transforms into plasma and merges with the rocket. On it, he flies into space to help Max and Gwen, but Victor clings to him and follows. Meanwhile, Grandpa and Gwen penetrate inside the rocket again. They see the mummy trying to reprogram the satellite and engage in battle with her. At the same time, Ben reaches their rocket, leaving Victor behind, and flies to help. He saves them from the mummy, and then a ghost appears on the ship, activating the satellite. Ben becomes Frankenstein and attacks the enemy, while Gwen and Grandpa try to reprogram the satellite. The mummy attacks the girl, but Gwen defeats her by sucking her into a toilet. Meanwhile, on the rocket, Ben battles the ghost. Victor shoots at Ben, accidentally opening a portal that sucks him and the mummy inside. Ben returns inside, but the satellite prepares to self-destruct. Gwen puts on suits for herself and Ben, and they fly off the satellite, which explodes. Grandpa Max picks them up on his ship, but suddenly a ghost appears inside and grabs Ben. Gwen opens the ship's hatch, and Grandpa flies closer to the sun, causing the villain to burn. The ship falls apart, but Ben transforms into Diamond Head, and hiding everyone under his armor, lands safely on Earth, saving them all. In the next episode, an old friend of Grandpa Max named Zaylin, with whom they used to work, lands on Earth. It turns out that she is the one who sent the Omnitrix to Earth and has now returned to retrieve it. However, Ben refuses to hand over the watch. She then reveals that the Omnitrix was actually intended not for him, but for his grandfather. Hearing this, Ben becomes upset and runs into the forest, where they are attacked by Vilgax's robots. Grandpa Max is captured, prompting the rest to unite to rescue him. During the battle with the robots, Zaylin unlocks a new alien for Ben, one that can consume anything and digest it into a special explosive slime. In the end, our heroes rescue Grandpa Max, and Zaylin allows Ben to keep the watch and invites Max to join her. However, he refuses and says he prefers to stay with his grandchildren. The third season of the animated series, Ben 10, ends there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, don't forget to like and leave a comment. That's all for today, until we meet again.